Here's another episode, as I just said, of me making a live in response to an insane live that I saw being held about black women. And this is really what I be talking about. You know, when you talk to people, and especially when I have discussions that I do about the black community, black women, black men, it's always black men that'll come and get in my live, and they'll always pretend that they don't see these crazy lives that these men be having. And that is crazy. So I think that what I have decided to do is actually draw attention to it so that it can be seen, because what are we really talking about here? So today's is alive. It says women, but this guy is black and he's talking about black women. Women that wear wigs are slurs and abuse men, including SA. He's over there talking about how black women need to learn to wear their own hair and all of this stuff. And yes, and you know what, E? You are completely correct. I don't know why women join their lives either. It's really crazy to me. Oh, what's that? I don't know why they do it either. Like, I honestly don't. The fact that it's like women that come in there trying to like rationalize and talk to these men, it really be blowing my mind. Like, if a man makes this prompt, I promise you there's nothing that you can do to change his mind about you as a black woman. Like, there's literally no way you can. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it at all. Not in the slightest. It makes me so mad, and just to see the fact that it's so many women in that live talking to this man is really blowing me. It's blowing me. Because it's just like, why would you talk to him? Like, why would you talk to him? Like, for real, for real. What would be your motivation in talking to him? Like, he's over there talking about somebody asked him in the live. They said, hey, what in your perfect world, what would be the way that you would want black women to address this? This man say, I don't know. Because I don't know how y'all check each other. Well, if that's the case, if you don't know, then why are you talking about it at all? I had typed in the chat real quickly. Because I couldn't even help not to type nothing. I said, well, then why don't you shut your fat mouth then? Huh? And then what's crazy is I go and I see what this man look like. Hold on. This what this man look like, y'all. I go and this is what this man look like. This man definitely look like, and I'm not trying to be funny, he definitely look like he been in jail before. Definitely a felon. Definitely dusty. Definitely ugly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are you talking about anything? You can't even keep your beard groomed. You can't even keep your beard trimmed up properly. And you over here talking about some black women and what they doing and they this, that, and the third. And honestly, if y'all know, it always be dudes that look like this. A man that look like he'll punch you in your mouth. Like, and let me tell you something. I just screenshot his video. He's uglier than that. If y'all go to his page, he's uglier than this. And that's what really be blowing me. Like, I do not know. It's like I said, and people always try to act like black women are the only ones that wear wigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. White women out there, Hispanic women out there, Asian women out there wearing wigs. It's real crazy. Like, I just don't understand it. It's like you decide to go up there, and then it's like, when I think about black men who want to talk about topics like this, there are so many things that are going wrong in the black community that is doggone near 100% black men's fault. So why in the world aren't you talking about any of those things? Like, it's like, why aren't you talking about, I say this all the time, man. Why aren't y'all talking about y'all unaliving rates? Why aren't y'all talking about the fact that y'all are still getting strange fruited in 2025? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you talking about the unemployment rate for black men? Why aren't you talking about the low labor force participation rate amongst black men? Why aren't you talking about the low literacy rate? Like, why are you talking about women wearing wigs? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I really don't understand it. Like, you have all of these things you could talk about. You could talk about why are black men the least married male in the United States and how that affects the black family. How that affects the family. If you don't even care about black women or black girls, how that affects the black man and the black boy. You could talk about all of these things that are really important, but you choose to talk about black women wearing wigs. And that's what be blowing me, because it be women of all races. It's women of all races that participate in wearing wigs, and nobody says anything to them about it. Nothing. Nothing. No one says a word. But when it comes to black women, everything we do is got to be the topic of discussion. You know what I'm saying? And that is really, like, y'all just don't even know. That gets on my nerves so bad. So bad, so bad, so bad, so bad, so bad. And really, I'm not shocked by anything that black men do at this point where it comes to, like, disrespecting black women. But what makes me the maddest is that no matter how disrespectful a man is being, there is always going to be black women that want to get on the panel, black women that want to talk to these men, black women that want to try to convince them that they're not like that. I'm sorry, you guys. I had to take my B12, my B12 vitamin. But anyway, it just is crazy. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about. Squimmy, I definitely think their obsession with wigs needs to be studied. And yes, Carter, yes, black women on the panel. A lot of black women on the panel. And this is what I'm saying when I say that, really, honestly, I do think that black men would really shrivel up and pass away if they did not have the attention of pygmies. But like I said, no matter what they say about black women, there's always going to be a pygmy that's going to get up in that box. Because I wouldn't even get in the box and talk to a man to talk about this. Like, because me getting up there and talking to you about it, I'm going to get ignorant with you, and you going to drop me and block me anyway. So it's literally no purpose in me getting up there, because you're not going to let me speak. You're not going to let me say what I want to say. So what's the purpose of me getting up there? The only reason why these women are allowed to stay up there is because they kissed the ring. They kissed the ring and they say, "Oh, king. Oh, king. Yes, king. I understand that we got work to do, even though y'all got way more work to do." Like, but anyway, I'll just talk about the topic that I was going to talk to in response to this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Not that. Hold on, you guys. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So today, this is what we're talking about. Men, black men specifically, or black men that date younger women, are PDF files and abuse women, and they need to be isolated from society. If you notice, because of white men and their preference for children, touching children, doing things to them, we all know statistically, white men make up the biggest percentage of child predators, chomos, men that touch their own children with inside the home. That black men now have been, they are following right behind the white man, which is normally what black men do. Anything the white man does, they try to follow behind them and act like them. I think that that's the same with the red pill. We already know that red pill was started by white men, and black men followed right behind them and started doing everything that they was doing. And I think that, how back in the day, I don't know if anybody is probably like in their 30s. You made 30s and up, you may remember this, but most of the time when it came to like family annihilation, people that run up in there and unalive the mother, the daddy, the daughter, they unaliving kids and stuff because the woman don't want to be with them no more. A lot that was normally white men that was doing that, but once again, now we see a lot of black men becoming family annihilators and unaliving kids, like those two different cases of black men throwing their children, their own children, over in lakes and over bridges and things of that nature, because a lot of black men are following behind white men. And the same thing goes with this, because now the red pill has made it seem somewhat acceptable to prey on teenage women, young teenagers, and prey on women. Now more black men feel like they can come out and say, hey, I also enjoy touching on kids. I also enjoy dating 18-year-olds and I'm 40, or preying on young women so that I can energy vampire the youth out of them. I can make these young women feel like I'm talking to them because they're so much better than an older woman, but not realizing that that's not why he's talking to you. He's talking to you because he thinks he can turn you into an easy lick, and he wants to siphon the youth out of you. And once you age out, most of the time they leave that young person that they have siphon the youth from and try to find someone younger. That's happened to so many younger women that date older men, and all it leaves them is bitter and broken. And yeah, and like I said, this isn't for me to tell younger women like, oh, I'm jealous of you, you getting attention. I could care less. All right. I'm married. I'm to who I'm gonna be with until I pass on. So I'm definitely not trying to get any type of attention from anyone. But I'm telling you that women have got to avoid these type of men. And unfortunately, there are a lot of black men out here like that now. A lot of white men out here like that. A lot of Asian men out here like that. But we're not talking about other races right now. We're talking about black men that follow behind white men. And now they feel like they can be open with saying how they want to prey on young women and teenagers and siphon the life out of them like a incubus, an incubus. All right, let me see here what T for fans has to say. Let me start your timer. Go ahead, T.
Okay, how y'all doing this
Hey.
afternoon? I'm in Georgia. How many minutes do I have?
You got two.
All right, so I want to tell you a story, real quick. I started dating at probably 30. This guy at 38 years old. I wanted to get married again. I had previously been married. However, what occurred? I have a daughter. I had a daughter that at the time that we met was like 16. Um, but I had an injury. I started pushing back from him because I could feel in the spirit that, I had probably made a wrong choice. I was tired of dating pretty boys. I just generally like pretty boys. And they were just so messed up. So not that he was not attractive. He's just not the pretty boy that I used to date or the people. Anyways, moving forward, I ended up having an injury. I tore my ACL and they had me sedated on a couch. My daughter, at that point, when it occurred, I was engaged with this man, again, that I, quote, dated down with. But I was able to observe him, even though I was sedated, on my couch, trying to romance my daughter or to just treat her just extra nice. All right. So again, remember me and my daughter. I'm not saying that we looked the best, but we were more attractive than him and his kids. So he went and I observed, even though I was sedated on the couch, him buying her fine jewelry. And that alarmed me. Again, I'm sick. My leg is up. I tore my ACL on drugs, to keep me sedated. And I'm seeing this dude, like my quote fiance, finesse my daughter, just giving her things, telling her how great she is, and things of that nature. Now, first off, my thought process, even my daughter's, but I'm like, buddy, that's too expensive to give to my child, honey, while I'm down. And I was, and I am a strict mother. I am that woman that's just going to lead you to the right path, whether you like it or not. Where he came in, as the fiance, like, oh, you don't gotta listen to her. So I felt that he was finessing my child. To make a long story short, these men do go to young women to finesse them and do destroy their lives over their gifts and things of that nature. Of course, I did not, and I'm moving fast because I only got 2 minutes. Um, I didn't marry him. I kicked his ass far as fucking wide when I got healthy because my brain was able to be aware of what he was trying to do with my child. He don't ever date down. This is what I have for the ladies on the panel. You just stay in your lane. I don't give a shit. You stay in your lane. Don't date down because, and especially if you have children, because your children be on you, do you too. If you can't do nothing for your children, they be date people too. And I'm telling you, they'll team up on your ass. The man and the daughter. Oh, don't fall asleep, ladies. Wake up today. Your kids will team up with whoever's giving them something because they don't know yet. But yes, I got rid of both of them hoes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But yes, I saw the spirit in both of them sedated with my leg up and seeing what was occurring.
You said your daughter too?
Yes, I kicked my daughter. Yes, because
How old was your daughter at the time?
again, it's only I only have 2 minutes, so I was
I
just
know,
trying to
but
give,
how old
you
was your
know.
daughter at the time?
At this point, she was about to graduate high school, so and
Did you
she's
you said she was
attractive.
16?
No, when I met him, she was 16.
Okay, so at the
And I
time that you
dated
kicked her
him.
out, was she under the age of 18?
No,
Okay.
she had graduated high school, but that's when I tore my ACL during the year of her graduation. But I kept him on hold with marrying him because
Okay, so I
I've been
T, I
married
gotta ask,
before.
why would you kick your daughter out? I'm confused.
Okay, so that I didn't know I had enough time to talk, so I kind of just ran through it. I kicked my daughter out because I gave my daughter everything, and she became a high, in my opinion, high spectrum narcissist or entitled. Let's just say that. So I ended up losing my job, and my daughter hated me for that because her lifestyle declined. And because she was not familiar with the decline of our finances, or that I couldn't keep giving her everything that she got as a child and growing up, I felt like she turned her back against me. But again, this is a whole slab, but I only have 2 minutes. So that's why I would, I'm just
Okay.
trying to
All
condense it
right.
all.
All right. You have a great day. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if that made you guys feel uncomfortable. It definitely made me feel uncomfortable. I feel like, you know, you you saying that somebody came around your daughter at 16 and you saw them actively grooming her, and you waited until you were well to make an action. That's already strange if you ask me. I don't know. I feel like if I was no, let me not even lie. I'm gonna be real, y'all. If it was me, the moment I see my daughter being groomed, I don't care if I'm not well. I don't care if I tore anything. Like, that man is gone immediately. I don't care if I have to pay a home health aid. I know he won't be there anymore. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I think, like, just wrapping your daughter into throwing away your daughter along with a man that don't owe you nothing, that's crazy. That's nuts. Your daughter is not on the same level because you said you threw both of them hoes out. Like, that's weird. I don't know. That gave me the ick. It gave me that she may not be a good mother. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna judge anybody for their experiences, but it was like, at first it was like, Gigi Cam Bam said, it was like I was with her. I was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? But then when she went and explained further, I just felt uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I felt very uncomfortable. I just feel like, as a mother of a teen daughter, yeah, if I was ever in a position to where I was, yeah, no, no, that's all I can say. And just out of respect, because this is just my thoughts, so I can't speak for nobody else. So I'm just leaving it at that. All right. So anyway, let's get back on topic, you guys. Let's go back to men that date younger women are PDF files and abuse women, and they need to be isolated from society. And I think that the fact that the majority of black girls, by the time they reach the age of 18, they have had some type of unwanted sexual advances or sexual contact is a very high indicator that there is a lot of funny stuff going on in the black community. And my thing is this: I saw a TikTok, and I'm gonna do a video about it, of this black man, and he was talking about how women that were, young girls that were preyed upon by older men when they were in high school. So like these older men that would pick them up from high school and stuff like that. The reason why they try to advise younger women not to go down that road is because they're mad that they're not getting attention anymore. Now, that to me doesn't make any type of sense, because when you're young and someone older is interested in you, you're not aware of how much you are a child in the mind until you get older. There are things that men may be able to get over on you when you're young that you don't realize the depths of how you have been damaged or harmed or mentally abused, whatever the case may be. But when you're old enough to see that, and you see another young girl, another 16, 15, and now I'm going to go down lower because it's lower than that, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old girl, and you see them being preyed upon in the same way that you were, then you say, hey, sister. Hey, young sister, I don't want you to go down that route, because that man don't think that you mature. That man don't. All he wants to do is use your body because he's a sicko. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think that most women that are advising young women, not young, teens and younger women, not to get with older men. I don't think that any woman is saying it because she doesn't want attention. Because at the end of the day, if you're old enough to realize that you've been taken advantage of by these men, why would you miss the attention of some PDF files? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would you want the attention of PDF files? And I think that a lot of black men right now are hiding behind this whole, oh, I want somebody that is fertile and all of this other stuff. What in the world do you want somebody that's fertile and you 50? For what? You trying to be a new daddy at 50? No, you're not. You're just a pervert. You're just a molester. You know what I'm saying? That's what you are. Let's see here. Let's see what this person is saying right here. All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, let me start your timer, sir. Oh shoot, that was the wrong one. Hold on, just 1 second. Let me start it again.
No, you good?
All right, let me go up here. All right, go ahead. Sky. Go ahead,
That's
Sky.
me. So I disagree with you. I don't think that they're PDF files. I think that they are definitely opportunists. When you getting past like 30 and you trying to still target 18-year-olds, you have really nothing in common with them. So you shouldn't have no business with them. But in America, that's the legal age of consent. So they're opportunists just getting some young hot coochie because they're going to be willing to give it out because they're young and stupid. But I don't think that necessarily makes them a PDF file because, like I said, it's legal. So it's not something
Okay.
that's going against the grain. Back in yesteryear, women was getting married at like 14, 15, you feel me? And as long as the man was provisional, that was okay because the woman was able to have children. That was the gauge before. Now it's more based on morality. So I
Okay.
don't.
All right. I gotta interject.
Go ahead.
And I'll reset your timer. All right. Just because something is legal doesn't make it right. And I think that's people are saying that in the comments, but yes, like everybody's saying slavery was legal. And nowhere in history was a grown man marrying a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old. Okay. If you ask those young girls when they become to be older women, did they want that to happen? I've seen so many stories of women of all races that talk about that. They never wanted it to happen. The only people that wanted it to happen were perverted men. So you can't use the thing of like people did it back in the day. People also did a whole lot of crazy things back in the day. People used black babies as alligator bait back in the day, and nobody got in trouble for it. So that doesn't mean that it was okay. And when people talk about constantly like legal, 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 well, if 18 is legal, right? Then what happens when they make 12 legal? Or what happens if they make 10 legal? What happens if they say it's okay to be with an 8-year old? Then those men will do the same thing. So any man that wants to focus on the legality on something of something rather than the morality of it is definitely a PDF file. And none of these men are dating women for fertility or having children. They're doing it because they have a lust for children because they are PDF files. And it's really just that simple. But I'm going to let you keep going. I'm going to restart your timer.
Okay. I agree with a lot of the things that you said for sure. I definitely, like I said, they are definitely opportunists. And the men of yesteryear were definitely more opportunists, and they were attracted to younger women and used the law as an excuse. I will not take that against your argument. What I am saying, though, is that even though that was how it was, I believe that the law now is more provisional to newer sets of morality. And if you're saying that morality should be the only basis of when people should have sexual interactions, I would ask you, what are your standpoints to say that 18 is old enough? Why isn't it 25 when your brain is fully developed? Why isn't it 17 when most people graduate? So what's the difference between 18 and 17? What's the difference between 18 and 19 for you to say that it's unmoral for them to date these women instead of somebody that's around their age bracket?
Okay, so let me say this. When you mentioned the thing about 25, 25, like that, the frontal lobe being developed is kind of contested. Some people, psychologists say, because I looked it up because people were saying it so much. It's kind of like a thought that people have, but it's not something that's concretely said about 25. But I think that we know what is a child and what we know as an adult. I don't think that people should be having intercourse at 18, in my opinion. If I had to say of it, it would probably be like 21 or 25. That's my opinion. When you're actually old enough to really understand the consequences of what you're doing. But as right now in society, people, which is really men, have made the number be 18. And it's not even 18 because yes, 18 is actually really a child for real. Because the law of consent, the age of consent in some places is like 16, and in other countries it's like 14 and 13. So all of those things, in my opinion, are rooted in taking advantage of young people. But like I said, really what I'm focusing on here is not somebody 18 that wants to date somebody 18 or somebody 19 that wants to date somebody 19. I'm more so talking about somebody that's 30 that wants to date somebody 18. Somebody 35 that wants to date somebody 18. Somebody 45 that wants to date somebody 20. You know what I'm saying? Those type of demographic, those type of age ranges. If y'all are the same age, I don't think that people have any issues with it. Even when people are young and they have like their little fake boyfriend and girlfriends, when people are in middle school, 12, and they go give their little Valentine Day cards and stuff, and they're not doing anything of a sexual nature with each other, but they're just boyfriend and girlfriend. Nobody bats an eye when people are the same age. So I think that what I'm more focusing on are older men that prey on younger women, because dating is I shouldn't even use data here. I should have said prey. But let me go up here to Simply Carmel. I'll start your timer, sis. You can go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon,
Hey,
Trigger.
sis.
Hey, yeah, so I agree with everything, this prompt and just everything that you were saying. Even like the very first prompt too that you posted about the whole live stream, girl. Yeah, I always report all of those live streams. Like I don't even waste my time trying to get up there talking to any of the men or anything. And like you said, they don't want women or anyone coming up challenging their thoughts, so it's pointless anyway. They just drop you. But yeah, girl, pertaining to this topic though, it definitely hits home for me because hopefully my little sister is not on here. I'd be trying to like share your like even like your YouTube like videos and just your channel, I'll be trying to put her on to you because she's 26. She's a young girl. She is very mature for her age, at least mature than what I was at her age. But I mean, she's dating like an older guy. He's an older YT man. She's 26 and he's like in his 50s, damn near 60s girl. And to make matters worse, he's on Parkinson medication. And I was trying to figure out what the heck do you even, anyway. Um, but yeah, I've always had this thought process. Me personally, I've never been attracted to older men, and I always found it weird. For not only I found it weird for both sides. I found it weird for, yes, like the men definitely seems to be preying on the fact that the woman is younger, right? For whatever reason, whether if it's for fertility, whether if it's for manipulation purposes, all of the above. But I'll also side eye the women. I be trying to figure out why, as a woman, because for me, I just feel like any man that's double, triple my age, if I look at you as like you can be as old as my grandfather, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm going to look at you. Like I'm going to look at you like, damn, like I need to respect my elder. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be disgusting. I don't, I don't care what. And I feel like also too, like I said, for the women, right? Because I seen it was a woman in your comment section talking about, she don't agree. She's, 22, her man is 40 something, 49, 50. Like I said, I always side eye the women as well because it's like, what type of um is it daddy issues? Is it, it's like it has to be some kind of issue because it can't only be for, oh, like, he's mature or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's younger people who can be mature for their ages, you know what I'm saying? But to actually actively allow yourself to be pursued by a older man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just disgusting to me. I don't care if it's for the money. And that's the thing too. I feel like nowadays as well, a lot of young women feel like dating a man who is double or triple their age could possibly come with some type of provision. You know what I'm saying? And I find that to be disgusting too. So I definitely feel like it's disgusting on both sides. I'm not going to lie. I side eye both genders in the situation. But yeah, of course, like, we all know, like older women, we know, like, yeah, the women, the younger women, they just, and even when you were talking about the whole frontal lobe thing too, I don't feel like, because I hear a lot of women say, oh, a
I'll give
25
you
year
one more
old
minute,
needs to be,
Simply.
oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I'm over here just rapping. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. All your topics, girl, I can go on a whole tangent with, but I'm definitely gonna try to be mindful. But yeah, I definitely I forgot where I was, but like I said, I definitely side eye both genders in the situation. I feel like it's something definitely off with the women as well. And I feel like, oh, the whole frontal lobe thing, I feel like it's definitely layers to it. I've made stupid decisions even after the age of 25, and it wasn't. I can't just say it was, oh, my frontal lobe was open or whatever, or I should have known better, because it's also environmental factors. And it's nobody really prepares us for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna go ahead and end there. I know I definitely was saying a lot.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you, Simply Caramel. All right. I wanted to respond to a couple people in the comments. Number one, Bad Gal. Okay, who has the Family Guy picture up. You got 5 seconds to get in the box, or you about to get blocked, because you talking about your vagina being tighter and all of that other stuff is just like truly deranged and weird. If you feel like what makes you the best woman in the world is what a man told you about your vagina, then you have some more serious pressing issues than being in my life. So me blocking you will actually be doing you a favor. So I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to get in the box, because I really feel like you a troll. Excuse me, a troll, but I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get in the box. And that's it, and you're getting blocked. 5, 4, 3, Two. Okay, you said I don't care. Okay, well then if it doesn't move, you have a then goodbye. See you. You're blocked. Goodbye. Then there's nothing else for us to talk about. All right, then it was somebody else here in the comments that I'm about to block as well. Um you know what, Sky? I'm seeing your comments in the talking about like what's the criteria for maturity. Like, you honestly sound like a chomo too. And I knew that you were just by the questions that you asked, just the way you were saying it, like what makes maturity and all of that other stuff, so that you can turn around and say an 11-year-old girl is, you know what I'm saying, mature. Because there's no way to judge that. Like, you're a pervert.
That's not what I'm
And
saying.
you can go. You can go and don't make me find you and look up your name and find out so I can alert all of the people who you live around that there is a chomo there. All right? Get out of here. And I think I'm gonna block you too. Hold on, let me go back and find your name. Yeah, you're blocked. Goodbye. I'm gonna get you up out of here. And then I think it was one more other person. Like, cause I wish that like these dudes that are actually perverts would know that when your first question is like, what's maturity? How do we judge that, and how do we know who can be old enough to date and who can't? Like, that means that you are definitely, you like to touch on kids. Like, and I don't take it back either, because that's exactly what it means. Let me go over here to Neighbor the artist, because I'm about to block you too. I want to read this so people can hear it, that when I upload this live to YouTube. He says that younger will always be better. Into the convo. Call them what you want. Doesn't stop spinning the world. Go get a degree or something. I already have a degree. I actually have more than one, but you wouldn't know that. Number two, let me tell you this, Neighbor's the artist. I want to know why younger is always better when it only applies to women. To women, younger is better for women, but not younger is better for men. I am so tired of y'all acting like men do not go through the aging process. Y'all go through the aging process. Y'all get old. Y'all get ugly. Y'all get wrinkles. Yet one of the worst things is that y'all penises stop working. At the very least, that a woman that's older can always get her some KY jelly or something and still be fully functional. Y'all dicks don't even be working. And y'all think that y'all are better. And it would be different if the majority of black men, the majority of white men, when y'all get to be 40, 50, y'all look like superstars with abs popping everywhere, and y'all look so well preserved. The majority of y'all look ugly, out of shape, tired, and your health is poor. So exactly what would, and when we talk about the money thing, the majority of y'all are broke. Do you know that? Like, this is the things that be blowing me, is that y'all don't have no money either. So what exactly are you giving these girls? Nothing at all. And that's the fantasies that y'all have in your own minds about your worth and value. Because what are we talking about here? If you're broke, if you're old and broken down, your hairline is receding, like somebody said in the comments, and y'all don't have, and you're badly built. Now this, hold on, let me go to this person here. NYC Ball. Okay, so let me say this. NYC Ball was in the comments and he was saying, like, why were we having a discussion like this? And I told him, well, if you don't care about the discussion, you can go ahead and go. And now I see that this man is really upset because everything that I said applies to him. Let me show y'all. All right, hold on. Look at this man. Look at this man. He got on a suit and a Knicks beanie with a puff on the top of it and some sunglasses. Now, you know that is a man definitely in his golden years. He definitely can get free meals at the Denny's for senior citizens. This is wild to me, sir. This is the exact type of man that I'm talking about. They will tell you that you are old and washed, and all of these 18 and 19 and 20-year-old hot chicks want them. What girl will want you? And I know you ain't got no money. That's why you got that beanie on your head. Okay, you would know better. So I know you ain't got no money either. So once again, you're old, busted, disgusted, crusty, used and abused with a doggone snowball hat on. In the car, mind you. Like, come on, y'all niggas gotta do better.
Do you mind if I say something? One thing triggered.
I'm sorry.
No, but the sad thing is that for some reason they be getting it twisted. They be thinking that these type of conversations, like, women are not sitting here having this conversation, like, oh, what do men want? We don't care we don't care about what men want. This conversation is not being held because we're trying to figure out what men want from women. Like, we don't give a hell about what y'all want. That's what y'all fail to realize.
You know what? You know what, Carmel? I think that he know that don't nobody care because that man got a snowball hat on. That man ain't a woman ain't asked him what he wanted or thought about what he wanted for at least 25 years. I'm married NYC Ball, so try it with your mama. Once again, NYC Ball, if you were happily married, you wouldn't be in here arguing for men to date younger women. You are exactly what I said, an old, washed, over the hill, Denny's eating in a early morning movie going to Negro. And that's what's crazy to me. Cal says, "Are you wearing wigs?" I'm not wearing wigs, but is your daddy? And are you? Because I believe you are. You seem very, 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 very zesty. So I know you wearing wigs. You wearing more wigs than all of the ladies in the whole world combined. But anyway, like I was saying, honestly, truly, I y'all men that nobody wants, y'all gotta stop. Because y'all talk about this a lot, you know what I'm saying? That like people are supposed to be concerned with what y'all, just like Simply Karma was saying. Like, don't nobody care about y'all. And I really think that y'all know that. I don't have to get nothing right, B-ball. How about this? How about I call you balls in your mouth? NYC balls in your mouth. How about that? That's what I'm gonna call you. Because that puff ball that you got on the top of your head look like you love a nice warm nut in your jaws. That's what it looks like to me. You love a good warm nut. That's what you love, NYC ball, with your old washed up behind. You don't even look like you use lotion or face moisturizer for that matter. Face looking all ashy like that. Do better with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because do you know how unhinged of a Negro you got to be to have an ashy face? Like, that's really like that is disturbing on a whole nother elemental level, honestly, that you know your face is ashy. Because if you was married like you say you were, your wife would have said, "Sir, here's some Vaseline, slap that on there. Here's some rock facial moisturizer, put that on there. Here's some Medicube facial moisturizer." She would have had you put some of that shit on. So I know you ain't got no wife. But and if you do got a wife, she don't love you. She don't love you at all, because if she loved you, she wouldn't have let you take a picture with that puff ball on the top of your head. She wouldn't let you be out here with an ashy face, and she wouldn't be out here with you calling yourself on TikTok balls in your mouth, NYC nuts in your mouth. She wouldn't let you call yourself Jabberjaws. She would have said, "Babe, you know what? If you call yourself Jabberjaws, they gonna think that you love the jaw on them balls," which you do, but we got it, all right? But let me go ahead and block you, nuts in your mouth. Oh wait, bye, nuts in your mouth. Oh wait, you have a great day. Go find your wife. All right. All right. So let me go back up here to Anthea. Go ahead, sis.
Hey, hey.
Hey, I'll set your timer for you. You there? Did you want to go? Her thing is blocked down, so maybe she got a phone call or something. Okay, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It keeps going down. I wonder if she girl, you know what, Karma? You know I love you, sis. But that he just I'm sorry I had he had to get it. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
You keep going in and out, sis. Like you keep going out. Okay, so I'm gonna drop you and then come back. Maybe if there's something wrong with your connection. Okay, so let me go up here to Miss Chrissy baby. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy baby.
Hey, Trigger, you got me rolling.
Girl, he
Oh,
was tripping.
I want to get. I am very, very close to my 23-year-old daughter, and my nieces. Now, mind you, they're beautiful. They are the ideal picture of what these guys be thinking they can catch. I just want to preface that, like when they're in their little group, going shopping or doing whatever, that they're the target, right? And I would say just a few days ago, she's like, "Mom, why are these like uncle looking dudes really be trying to like talk to us heavy? Like we don't notice that they're financially not stable. It's like they're talking to us like we don't understand that they're trying to talk to us because they're not at the caliber where they should be with women their age." And I'm like, "Oh girl, that's been happening since the beginning of time. I just think you guys are a lot more aware and smarter. You guys have more resources to kind of like get put on game. But I mean, even if you talk to somebody before the money, understand he thinks that you have no life experience, that you're kind of more malleable, easier to groom. So it still would be like a controlled situation. You can just talk to some of your aunties and other older women that, you know, married really young and thought it was a situation where they're going to be provided for. They'll tell you they feel like they wasted their, you know, their youth and didn't really get into their ambitions, except, oh, you want to go at somebody? I'll stop. Hold on a
All
second.
right, just 1 second. I'm sorry, Miss Chrissy, baby. I just wanted to respond to Cal's in the comments because Cal's keeps talking in the comments about how men don't wear wigs and men do wear wigs. Black men wear wigs often. And here is a black man right here with two different type of wigs on. He got one silky wig on. Okay. And then he got on a kinky curly wig. So please stop the games. Plenty of y'all men is getting stuff slapped on the top of y'all head. Plenty of y'all is going to get y'all ball sack hair pummeled into the top of your forehead to make up for the fact that your edges is leaving. Okay, I see so many of y'all big bald-headed, shiny-headed bandits going to Turkey to try to get y'all nutsack hair implanted on the top of your head so that you can have a hairline because you ain't had one since you was about 12 years old. So please get up out of here. All right, talk about, and then my thing is that anytime y'all talking to black women, the first thing that you got to say is a wig, a wig, a wig, as if that the majority of black women, the ones that even wear wigs, have full, healthy heads of hair underneath those. Y'all really got to get a grip. And it's so funny that y'all grow up with y'all little mamas, y'all nappy headed mamas, and for some reason, y'all don't love them. And then y'all just go and put this negative stuff out here. So when y'all say all of that stuff, does that apply to your mama? Does that apply to her? I really just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But now that Cows has been proven wrong, Cows, you about to get blocked as well. So you got to stop it. Black men wear wigs. Black men wear weaves. Black men go get ball sack hair, try to plant it in Turkey on the top of their foreheads and everything else. So stop the games. And I can go and show you many pictures of black men with wigs on.
And they
Just
get
because
dread
y'all like to call it a
extensions.
toupee, it is a wig. Y'all wear them all the time. Look at this goofy man up here with this stuff on his head. It don't even look real. At least when Black women wear sew-ins and extensions and wigs, a lot of times it looks very nice and tastefully done. This looks horrible. This look like this man trying to be in a bank robbery and try to hide himself. I'm sorry, what was you saying, Simply Caramel? Was you saying something, sis?
No, I was just saying they get dread extensions too, and they think that we don't know any of these things.
Exactly. And I forgot about that. Simply Caramel is so right. Y'all be going to get them lock extensions and everything. I seen several videos of this girl. She braid like Drake hair and a whole bunch of other celebrity hair. And she specialized in giving dudes that are bald braids, like feed-in braids and like stitch braids. She be add Marley hair in their braids all the time. That's also wearing weave and extensions. So please stop it, y'all. Stop it. Please. Y'all do wear wigs. Y'all do. And let's not even talk about white men. White men stay wearing the toupee. They stay wearing the lace front. Stay wearing one. Ben Affleck wear a lace front every day. And it's another one that wear one too. I think his name is Chris Evans. They was had all these videos zooming in on his hairline talking about he be wearing lace fronts. So please stop it. Like I'm always gonna come with the facts with y'all. Like things that y'all cannot deny. So please stop it. But y'all always want to say that. How am I lying when the proof is in the pudding? That just, you know what? That's a black man for you. You give a black man actual facts and stats and show him pictures and he still don't believe it. That's how illogical and unreasonable they are. That you can tell them show it to them and they'll still say no. They'll still say no. But Cows, I'm not here for that. You can either get in this box right now or you can get blocked too. You got 5 seconds. You can get in the box or you can get blocked. I'm going to give you 5 seconds and that's it. Because you a coward. And that's why you don't want to come in the box. But you got 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds to get in the box or you're just blocked and I'll forget that I ever had a conversation with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bye-bye, Cows. I'll see you later. You have a great day. Hold on. Where's he at, Cows? I see him right there. All right. And then I forgot to tell y'all, this man said you are lying your ass off. He even spelled your wrong. He said YOU apostrophe RE. I just want you to know something, Cows. Before I block you, I'm gonna give you a little something. Like that would mean that you should say your YOUR, because your, that is right there, is a contraction. You are. So when you see that, if you spell it out, that's you are lying, you are ass off. You get what I'm saying? You see how stupid that sounds? Like y'all gotta pick up a book. Like so stupid. Now you have a great day. Hopefully that helped you though. Learn first grade English. Bye bye. All right, so let me keep going. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Like, how you gonna tell me that I'm lying and you don't even know how to spell? Like, what are we, like, what? Oh, all right, let me go over here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Chrissy, baby. I'll restart the timer.
No, that's okay. I think that's the biggest weapon they use against Black women all the time. When I was in college, I worked at Hooters. I was very much so in the bathroom fixing white girls, Spanish girls, Asian girls leave out because they would put their clip-ons all the way at the bottom and have their like breakage leave out looking crazy or whatever, and moving the clip-ins and all that stuff, and they do like the tape and all that. A lot. I would say just as much, if not more, than Black women since the natural hair movement or whatever. But I mean, I don't even get offended by that. I'm just gonna get a 40-inch just to make them more mad and stay away from me. So, but like I was saying, I think I think younger women, there's more than when I was in my 20s, are kind of up on game when it comes to these older guys, mainly because I think their moms and aunts talk more about what happened to them and with their experiences when they were younger, or they lived through it. Um, they had parents where the father was substantially older and what happened to their mom or whatever. A new employee at my job, she was talking about how her mom, was 16 when she got married to a 28-year-old, and like the stuff that she saw her mom go through, and that's why she don't, ever want to put herself in that situation. Her mom was very transparent and open about, being really young and being manipulated like that. So I think lives like this, my daughters definitely listen to lives like this, more conversations, even if it gets a little ugly or uncomfortable. I think it's helping, honestly, just from my observation, talking to young women, below the age of 25.
All right, I got you. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Just 1 second. I was eating. Sorry about that. I was eating something. I just wanted to say that I really hope that it is working, because I just really don't want to see younger women taken advantage of by men that only seek to use them up and cause them harm. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the top real quick before I get to you, Nay, to Anthea. And go ahead, sis.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, going like regarding the prompt, like just because something is legal doesn't mean it's okay. Like at one point, it was okay, like in the law, to like unalive certain groups of people. So it doesn't even make sense. Like I was really annoyed by that man, like was talking about, oh yeah, it's legal about this and that. Yeah, it's creepy. Here in England, it's 16. That's the legal age where you can actually, you know, do stuff and whatnot. So I think like it's almost like it's a grooming anyway for us like youngers, like as in like when we were growing up, it's like, like by the time you're 16, you're already thinking, okay, well, it's legal now. But then at least if it's someone your own age. But I remember when I was 14, there was a guy who was like 19, and he kept trying to pursue me. And this man really waited for me until I was 16 for him to try and like now, so then it's legal according to the law. But that's sick. Thank God anyway, like I didn't do anything with him, but they definitely predatory. And then the other thing as well, yeah, my uncle, yeah, one of my dad's older brothers, unfortunately, he started dating his wife, who is had like, yeah, they've been married for years now, but then he started dating her when she was like a student. He was a teacher. She was 16 when he started dating her, and it's like, I think everyone just pretends like that doesn't exist, but yeah, definitely predatory, definitely, and it's weird and it's sick. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now, babe.
All right, I got you. I got you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, Miss Chrissy, baby. Let me go down here to Nay. Go ahead, Nay. Hi, good to see you.
Hey sis, I wanted to add in that I feel like part of the problem is the parents, because I feel like they'll sell out to their kids, and if the money and the price is right, they'll pip out their kids, and I feel like that right there is an issue, and I think that the parents need to be held responsible. Like even in the R. Kelly situation, like yeah, he was wrong, but it's like their mothers set them up to get on stage and be backstage with him, all because he had money at the time. And even with the situation now with the little girl Celeste Rivas that's been going around TikTok, it was rumors saying that, you know, the dude David was paying his parents to be with her, and it's just said that the parents, they would rather settle for money over morals, and I feel like that's not right. And I just feel like it needs to be some type of law or something to where the parents can at least be punished for that, because I feel like no matter how much money you get out of a situation, to put your child, especially if you raising girls in that situation, you only putting them in either a dangerous situation to get hurt, or you putting them in a situation to be used and just get taken advantage of. And I think morally it's not right. And I think they need to be, like somebody, you know, and Tia said, like they need to be arrested. I feel like that right there is an issue within itself. And
Uh,
I'm
oh, was that it? Were you done, Nay? Okay, okay.
done, sis.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Nay, and I definitely agree. I think that you're totally right. I think somebody in the comments mentioned Aaliyah. I definitely think with the young women that R. Kelly preyed on, a lot of their parents were to blame. Even with Miss Chrissy Baby, who mentioned Beyonce. Absolutely. I seen somebody, was like some interview I saw a long time ago, where they said that when Matthew Knowles would be in like meetings with music executives, and he would be talking about Destiny's Child, he would be like, yeah, they look fuckable, don't they? They look fuckable. They look fuckable. And that's a crazy thing to say as a father, like about your daughter and your daughter's friends that are building this group together, and they're underage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's just ridiculous. And people give Jay-Z a pass, but I definitely believe Jay-Z preyed on Beyonce. And you know, this, hopefully this doesn't turn off any of the beehive. And it's not that I have anything against Beyonce. You know, I like quite a few of her songs and stuff like that, but I'm not of the thinking that Beyonce is God and above being talked about. But I will say this, y'all. I really believe that Jay-Z preyed upon Beyonce. And the reason why I think that, and I think he groomed her as well, because honestly, in what world would a girl as beautiful as Beyonce was be interested in a man that really looks like that? And I don't know if y'all remember Jay-Z, like before, because I think Jay-Z has had some like type of surgery to soften his features somewhat. Like if you look at the old pictures, Jay-Z was ugly than a mother, ugly. He with the ugly stick. He is one of the most ugliest Negroes I have ever seen in my entire life. He is definitely top 5. He not top 1 for me. I've seen a man uglier than that, but he is ugly. And ain't nowhere in the world a girl that had opportunities to be with all of these different dudes that look good, celebrities that got, you know, nice faces, nice bodies, this, what would be her motivation in choosing Jay-Z? Because it's not like Jay-Z was a loyal dude. He cheated on her and did stuff to her too. So if she wanted to go get cheated on, she could have, and take him back, she could at least got cheated on by a rich man that looked good. Like if she was gonna do that, she could have got with Usher or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other dudes she could have got with that had some money. I don't understand what in the world. That's how I know that she was groomed by Jay-Z, because my God, bro. Ew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, I'm sorry. I just have to tell the truth. Like, I think that there are certain people, of course, not everybody is everybody cup of tea, right? You know, you may look at one guy and think that he's the finest thing, and then you might show him to your friend and she be like, he's okay. Or there might be a man that thinks a girl is just so fine, and then he shows her to his boy and he be like, nah, I don't think she's all of that. But I do think that there are some people that are objectively unattractive. Like, most people, 9 times out of 10, they're going to look at that person and say they're ugly. And I definitely think that Jay-Z is one of those guys. Like, we're objectively speaking, most people are going to say he's ugly. And that's just what it is, because it's just true. That's the reason why, you know, when Nas had Ether, the reason why they hit so hard and the reason why Nas won it, because like, he calling them ugly and dogging them out and saying how girls didn't want to talk to him. Like, that, he just, what can Jay-Z say to that? Nothing. You can talk about how you got with his baby mama, but at the end of the day, Nas was a famous rapper that was known to be attractive. So it ain't like he couldn't have got another chick, but Jay-Z will be ugly forever. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, it's another grooming is, never mind. I'm going to go too far if I say that. Look, I'm just saying, there's just no way in the world I would ever engage with a man like Jay-Z. I do believe that Beyonce was groomed. And I think that that's the reason why she chose him. And I think that a lot of older men, prey on girls, like they be in their 30s, they be in their late 20s, and they be looking at girls that are 17, 16, 17, 18. And it's really disgusting. And a lot of times, you know, I know that white men make up the most highest percentage of child predators, but black men do a lot of that too. And that's something that we really need to talk about in the black community. How many young black girls and black women have been preyed upon and are being preyed upon, you know? Because sometimes if you talk to pick me women, which I've had debates like this with them, about what goes on in the black community, about black men preying on young black girls, they'll be like, oh, you want to talk about the white man. The white man be doing, okay, yes, the white man does do that, but the black man does that as well. Like, so let's not act like they don't be out here doing that. Yeah. Cause I know I told somebody in the comments it was 12 the first time I was preyed upon, tried to attempt to be preyed upon by a man that was old enough to be my daddy. But I think if I'm recalling, it was probably like 11. 11. So I don't even want to talk about it. It definitely is happening. Black men are definitely doing it. And now that they have, and this is what's crazy, y'all. Now that we have white T men that started Red Pill, right? Because white T men started Red Pill movement. Now we have these, you know, black men that always run behind white men all the time to do whatever white men do. They can never do what they do, but they want to try to pretend. Now that we have these white men talking about trying to demonize older women and act like older woman has no worth or value in society and she should just jump off a bridge, while they can be old and fat and out of shape and decrepit and bust down and busted and disgusted, and all of these young women are supposed to fawn all over them like they are all of that in a bag of chips. I will say that you're going to see more and more black men being more open with their desire for younger women. And at the end of the day, it is just rooted in being a PDF file. Period. You know what I'm saying? And this person right here, TJ Walker, that says black women with blonde wigs want to be white. Well, how about this? Black men with white women want to be white. So how about that? Black men with white women want to be white. Black men with biracial babies, they want to be white, because that's the closest that they're ever gonna get. But I bet y'all won't talk about that. I bet y'all won't talk about y'all sickness that y'all have for lusting after white women, because y'all feel like y'all gonna be a white man and you never will. So what are we talking about? At least a wig can be taken off of. At least a blonde wig can be taken off. Them biracial babies is forever. All right. So as I said, yeah. And this isn't me having a problem with any biracial people. Side note. Was just calling out the hypocrisy. Cause that's definite hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. It's just hypocrisy. Like, a black man will tell you all the ways that you don't love yourself because you put a hair weave in, and then be up in white women's face and be everywhere talking about how these other races of women are so much better because their hair is long, they not nappy headed, all black women is mean and nasty, and the white man's daughters is the best, and they'll call you self-hating. What? 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 And then it's crazy is that the proof is in the pudding because do you know how many biracials I see on TikTok with non-black mothers that come on here crying and hooting and hollering about how they had biracial confusion, how they were made to feel bad about themselves, how they hate themselves, this, that, and the third. So many. The proof is in the pudding that y'all are self-hating. So if you got, yeah, let's not do that. But let me add some more people up here, please. And I'll start up here with Lemonade. I'll start your timer. Go ahead, Lemonade.
Hey, no, I do agree with the prompt because I actually was a victim of this in my younger years. Well, I'm 25, but I got married to practically a stranger that was much older than me when I was 22. And yeah, it was nothing but like mental, financial, and physical abuse for like a year. And now that I like in like hindsight is 2020, so like now that I sit back and think about it, I'm like, dang, like he saw how naive I was and he took advantage of that to his benefit, and now I have to live with the repercussions of that.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lemonade. I really am. I really am sorry to hear that. And that's exactly why we're having a live today. And maybe your story, even though you went through it, it can help someone else. That's exactly why I'm having a live today. Is because I think a lot of young women don't realize that until it's too late. And most of them do realize, but they realize after the damage is already done. And that's
Hmm.
unfortunate, you know?
Yeah, I definitely think if there are younger women in here, I definitely think that you should take it as a cautionary tale. Like a grown man, like any man that's like I would say at least 5 years is appropriate, but like 9 to 10 years older than you, he's not chasing you because he's so enamored. He's saying that you can provide things that women his age won't, and what that looks like is unpaid household labor while he goes and runs the streets.
All right. Okay. I didn't see that you're gone. Okay. All right. I got you, Lemonade, and you're right. Let me go up here to Super Villain. I'll start your timer. Go ahead, Super Villain. And hey, how you doing, sis?
Hey Trig, yeah, this is such a interesting topic. I don't know if you've been seeing the videos with the Somalia men crying because I guess Somalia just passed the
I
law
saw
with.
it. Ugh.
Okay, so that's what made me. I mean, amongst other things, that's what came to mind when I saw the prompt, and it's really sad. We all know that. First of all, the PDF files in America alone, a lot of people don't understand this country has the highest rate of search for that type of content. So it's a lot more than we think. It is very, very, very high. And we know that men mostly go after this demographic because of the I can't even say the word vulnerability and the naivete. And it's really sad because they sow. What's heartening is that these men are able to sow a seed of distrust between older women and younger women. So the older women who try to school or educate the younger women are looked at as being jealous. And by the time the younger women realize it was all a facade, it's too late. That's the part that I can't stand is that they're able to make that divide. And what's the word I'm looking for? Triangulate us. When older women, even though we can say sometimes it's jealousy, but a lot of the times it's just to inform the younger women. But I want to say this because, I'm always about just correcting women's behavior. I was thinking, I was going a deep dive, and I'm thinking, I wonder what the pick me women are going to think now that, especially like what's going on in America, how they're trying to lower the consent to 12. When these men no longer need to go through the pick me women to get to their daughters or their children. You're going to see a lot of pick me's coming to the other side because these men no longer need to their approval to reach their children, right? We know a lot of men are in households because they want access to children. Well, now he doesn't have to pretend to want to be in a relationship with you. He can just go straight to your daughter. I want to see how many pick-me's are going to now come over to the other side because they're not going to be needed in that triangulation. So it's a lot when it comes to this particular discussion. And it's really sad. It's just, I hope we can get to a lot more younger women and educate them about what time it really is before it's too late. But all you can do is participate and try to share lives like this and speak with our younger girls and validate them and make sure that they know they're important and make sure that they know these men are trifling. So I think I'm gonna yield there. Thank you.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. Appreciate you, super villain. I did see somebody in the comments that said that men don't want to use product. I find this to be crazy is that the level of delusion and double standards that men have. But they constantly say that women have double standards. And my thing is this is that if you want to be an old, crusty, over the hill, penis has been inside everything, then you want to get some type of young, innocent girl and then have her take on all of your baggage. How is that fair to her? How is that fair that she has to have a man that's struggling to stay erect, with his belly over his hanging over his pants, that has HPV and genital warts bubbling, doubling on his nut sacks, and somehow, and like I said before earlier, the money is not the motivator because a lot of y'all talk about y'all have money, but the math is not math, and statistically, y'all don't have it. Y'all do not have it. Most men will never make even 100K, the majority. And I can go get my laptop right now to give y'all actual statistics. Y'all don't have any money either. So you mean to tell me that you want to prey on young girls, you want young girls to give their life to you and take your ran through penis, and they're not getting any money out of the deal, not even any good treatment because y'all act like it's a burden for y'all to take a girl to dinner. I'm gonna take her to the park and have her sweat out her hair the first date. Yeah, I'm gonna take her to coffee to Starbucks, and I ain't even gonna pay for her coffee. I will take her to Wendy's and get her a 4 for 4. Possibly, but after that, you got to give me the draws right away for that $4. What? So exactly what would be the motivating factor for these girls to even get with you in the first place? It's like, what's the motivator? And they always use older rich men as an example. That's not you. Like, so exactly what would a woman get from being with you? Nothing. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, y'all saw the other dude that was up here, well, that was in the comments, Mr. Nutsacks, NYC Nutballs, Jabberjaws. He had a doggone beanie on in the car with a puffball on the top of it, like he was finna go skiing in the car with an ashy face. Like, what are we talking about? It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's like, and then it's like some of the young girls, because I seen a video of a young girl just yesterday. She was pretty too. Young, pretty black girl. She looked like she was like maybe 18, 19. And she was like, yeah, y'all old women, y'all just mad that it's our time to shine now. And we getting y'all men and stuff like that. And I was thinking like, that's a crazy thing. Like, I really be sad when girls think that because when they realize that that is untrue, it's already too late. But it's like, if if being young, right, and having all the attention for the men worked out properly, then how come these older women are that got with these same men when they were younger, how come they're not married to these men? How come they're not somewhere in blissful happiness? Because everybody was young once. So how come these women aren't happy? How come they're not off the market somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the point. The point is for the men to use the younger women and then move on. That's why you always hear, oh, she gonna let me do what I want. She don't know this, that, because it's only about taking advantage of and extract the resources, which the majority of, unfortunately, the collective of men do. They only know how to extract. They very rarely pour in. And just like somebody in the comments, Milestone said older women are broken and younger women are broke. Milestone, you are a broken loser. Like, and I wish that y'all would stop coming up here with these doggone blanked out profiles. And
to share my personal experience, and I hope it's younger women in here that's listening. As a woman who has dated an older man, have kids by an older men are always going to want a younger woman, and you are going to get old one day, and he's not going to want you no more. He's still going to want to play with the younger girl. I will say a lot of these men lack maturity. It's not a flex to date an older man. A lot of them, it's an ego thing. They really just want to, again, flex their ego. They want to make themselves feel good. So it's not about money. I really encourage every woman to secure your own bag. Y'all swear y'all got money. A lot of y'all be out here fucking for money. Don't do it. Don't sell your soul and sell your youth to an older man because it's not worth it. They are pedophiles. They pretty much groom women. A lot of them meet these women. When I was first met the father of my children, I was 20. He was a good 7, 8 years older than me. So, and he still to this day still like younger women. We're not together no more. He went and now he dealing with a younger woman. All because I realized exactly what was going on. And it took me to have 2 kids and get older and get my own stuff together. I've had houses, I've had Benzes, I've had everything. It's not worth it. And for the men that's delusional, talking about older women are hurt and bitter, a lot of these younger men are doing what y'all can't even do. A lot of these younger boys they got more sense than y'all do, honestly. So again, if you a younger woman in here trying to throw shade or make it seem like you in a better position because an older man is chasing after you, babe, listen, he gonna chase after you, he gonna chase after your friends. When you get old, he gonna chase after, when you get older, he gonna chase after the next younger girl. And at the end of the day, have your bag, get your shit together, and don't depend on no man, period.
You know what? I appreciate you so much for sharing your story, Mo. I really do think that it is so good for you ladies, just like Lemonade shared her story as well. I think it's really good for you ladies to share your story because I think that, you know, like I said, a lot of times people will try to make it like the women that have had these experiences, the younger women don't know what they're talking about. And I'm just, hopefully your story can touch somebody and can help a younger woman, because that's the only thing I hope for, is just that women are, young girls are not taken advantage of, because you know, regret to have is a very harsh thing. And when you make mistakes, like for me, my first husband, horrible, treated me terribly. Even though I'm happily married now, I still remember how I was treated then, and it left scars on me. And I don't want to see other women get in that position. So if anybody is really willing to listen, like you know, I just think that it's like, it'd be better if you listen and have the regret, because if you don't listen and you have the regret, it can be a terrible feeling. It can really mess with you mentally. But let me go up here to Shayla. Go ahead, Shayla.
Hi.
Oh,
Thanks for having me up. Um, I just wanted to speak on a little bit of my experience or just sharing. I'm 29, and even now these days, like sometimes people just say the weirdest things to me, like, "Oh, she 19, she underage," and it's like, why do you have to go there? Like, why can't a woman just look, vibrant and youthful and beautiful without y'all like jump into some underage stuff, That's like so annoying. And it's like, where's your mind going? And personally, I've just been dealing with it like my whole life, unfortunately. I got skipped when I was younger. So I got to high school when I was 13. And that was when I really started to see like grown men just trying to holler at me. And I'm like saying my age and like, I don't care. And I'm like, whoa. And then excuse me, there was a time when I got my first like real job, and I was about 15, 16. And the manager said to me like a couple times, like in the back, we'd be like, "Oh, well, I can't wait till you turn 18. Like, you gonna let me take you out?" And I'm like, what the hell? Whole time he's like messing with other women in there. And I'm just, a teenager trying to do my thing. And then trying to just make some money. And then another incident that I really recall, that my first time dealing with an older man, was when I was about 16, going on 17. And I was working at this store, and this man every day for months will always come by and like trying to talk to me. And he was really cute. But I'm like, I asked his age one day, and he told me he was like well in his mid-20s. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, so I'm just like, no, no, no. But he was so persistent. And eventually I started talking to him. And before you knew it, like, he ended up hooking up with me before I was 18. And it wasn't until like, and years later, he ended up getting arrested, and I don't even know. He just got caught up. But over the years, I just realized like that's some shit to deal with, And I had to process like it's not something that we're looking for, but it's something that does happen, and you have to have the awareness, because these grown men are taking advantage. And it wasn't until I got older and then processed like how people took advantage of me and being young. So that's something that I'm still working through, but it's like it makes me like nervous to have kids in life. Just being in the world that we're in and all the experiences that I've dealt with personally. So I just wanted to share, because at the end of the day, you low-key can be harassed and not even know it. Like you could be like kind of put in a corner in situations in life, and you think like things are normal and then you realize like they're not.
All right, thank you for that, Shayla. Once again, I appreciate you so much for sharing. I really do think that this is actually a really good conversation everybody is having because, you know, and I'm glad that also it's some younger women in here speaking, and I'm looking at you guys' pictures. You guys are beautiful women. So I think that it's very good that these conversations are having because the normal excuses can't be made. Like, oh well, all of these ladies are old and bitter or washed up or something like that, and they're just trying to stop young women from getting attention from men and things like that. So I think it's really great that you guys are giving y'all experiences because you never know who this live might reach, you know, and you may be able to legitimately stop a young girl from making that decision. She may be considering dating an older man, and then she hears you guys' experiences and said, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and wait and stick with somebody my own age, you know. But it's sad that we even have to have these conversations because men are so predatory. But let me keep going up here to, oh, Shayla, yeah, one more thing to say. Go ahead, sis. I'll give you another 2 minutes if you have something to say.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a little less than that, but I just wanted to state like I'm someone who I did deal with like my dad never being there, not ever really showing up for me and having those issues. And then my mom always just worked hard, but she was very hard on me and everything was just like we had a lot of problems growing up. So it was definitely probably that time that like I feel like emotionally I was so disconnected from my parents. And it's like even at that time, you don't ask for much. Like, even when I was dealing with older guys, I didn't ask for much because I think, you know, I was just looking for like attention and to feel cared about and stuff. And you're not realizing what's actually taking place when you're in those situations. And then it's like, it's like it just becomes overwhelming. But I realize like even that space, like they have like as they're being older, they have an awareness, I think, of like whatever situation you're dealing with as a younger child, like between ages like 13, 14, 15, 19, you know, like you're dealing with stuff. And especially if you don't have the best relationship with your parents or you deal with that, is like who knows what you're dealing with in the household. And sometimes those guys like they leech onto that situation and then like manipulate you. So I just wanted to speak on that because I feel like that's part of something that they've used, like, you know, subconsciously against, like, you know, me personally when I've been in my situations. And it's like it could be framed one way and not a different way. Like, and I am gonna speed it up, but one more. It was just when I was 19, I did meet a way older guy around like 50 years old, and I thought he was just being nice. And for weeks he would just say little stuff, and he would like get me little things. But it wasn't until like one day he just tried to grab me up and kiss on me and do all this, and I was like, I backed up and I looked at him like he was crazy. And then from there it was like, okay, this was his whole plan, you know? So that's all. But yeah.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Shayla. I appreciate you. And once again, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me go up here to Kalandra and then we'll go to Nick. Let me start your timer, Kalandra. Go ahead, sis.
I think older guys date younger women because they're losers in life, and the women their age will know that. Because I have a friend of mine, and I don't really want to talk to her like this because she's one of my close friends, but I think she met her current fiance. I want to say she was 18 and he was 30. And I can remember like some red flags. Like, I remember this one time he was making comments about us about our weight and stuff because I went out with her. And then, like, I said something, not knowing that his mom was not alive. And then he just went off. And, like, she stayed in the car for, like, 30 minutes trying to calm him down. And even, like, now, like, we're still friends. We talk. And, like, he done made comments to me. And I had to check her, like, let her know, like, hey, like, that ain't cool. And, like, the way he treats her, the way he talks to her and stuff. Like, I think he's controlling, like, he pays all the bills and stuff, and like they had a kid, and so she sits at home with the child, and like he don't want her to work, he don't want her to go back to school, and I feel like he tried to like ice her out from everybody that she knows. And I be telling her, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to put yourself in no situation where you fully depend on no dude, because of course when you fully depend on a man, he think he gonna run the show, tell you what to do, how to go, and you know what I'm saying. I be telling her, like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be more careful out here. But I think like I said, like financial abuse, like somebody said in the comments, he is like that. Like she doesn't work. He pays all the bills. She sits at home with the kid all day. Like she with the baby like 24/7. And like she be going through stuff and I be talking to her. So like I offered to help her like come back to Georgia and stuff. And so I would help her and stuff. But he be like, no, we ain't with that. Like he's very controlling. And I do feel like he try to isolate her from her friends and her family because like say he not right in the head. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put her business out here like that, but I definitely think guys date younger women because they be losers.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. Kalandra, appreciate you, sis. All right, let me I agree. Let me go up here to Nick. Let me start your timer, Nick. Go ahead, sir.
How y'all doing? I'm gonna come on into the hornet nest. Older men be dating younger women because it's easier for them, and they can provide the stuff that the younger men can't provide for them. So it's easier. And in this internet age, now younger women is just wanting more and more, and the dude at her age can't give it to them. So here come this old dude with his bag and his trick bag, and there it is, So I blame the internet, and I blame ain't enough daddies around raising these daughters. You feel what I'm saying? Sharpen them up, have them sharp, not to fall for them tricks that these dudes is giving. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't know when you're being tricked upon because you ain't learned and been through no situations, it's easier to fall for it. So I don't know. That's all. That's all I got.
All right, I'll say I just disagree about the internet type of thing. Like that, older men have been preying on young women for literally thousands of years. Way before the internet existed. You have like even here in the United States. I remember there's one like famous picture of this girl that's like a white girl. She looks like she's about, I think she was 7, being married, a grown man, he's like 29 or something, marrying her, and she's holding her little baby doll in the picture, and they're standing at the steps of the courthouse where he married her. And they ended up staying married until he passed or whatever. She had all of them children. So I can't get behind that. Men of all races have been preying on young girls for their own pleasure, and to use them up after they have had their time to shine for literally thousands and thousands of years. So yeah, and as far as the what old men can provide something that young men can't, I don't even necessarily agree with that, because the economy is in shambles. And if we're talking about just from a black man's lens, like collectively black men don't have a lot of money statistically. So I don't believe they're giving these women that much. I'm not saying every black man is broke, of course, but like stats, facts don't lie. Like not a lot of money is being made by black men, and they're definitely not giving it out to young women. Maybe selling the women dreams, sure, but giving them money. And yeah, somebody in the comments said Lamia said the white ones don't either. I mean, statistically, there's not a lot of money being made by nobody. So I was definitely not trying to say that's not true. You're right. Okay, so let me go up here to or did you have something
One
to
more
say, Nick?
thing.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
something
ahead.
real quick.
I'll give you a minute.
I'm just no, no, no. I'm just gonna rebuttal on that. When you say they don't have money, right? So when they got their money, they have their houses and everything. When the interest rate is down, so they don't need that as much money as we need now coming out to sustain. So they have money from back then. So they have the money. They have the
What?
money to
Who
say
has the money?
the older men that's in their 50s and 60s that did what they needed to do. They have the money.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
Now,
I was. I
how
want to
many older
chime in
go
real
black
ahead.
quick.
just one second. How many older black men in their 50s and 60s have money statistically? I can pull up some numbers for you, but it's not a lot. But I think Momo, you had something to say
Yeah, I'm
real
gonna
quick.
say something real quick. I'm gonna chime
Yeah,
off that.
I'll give you a minute. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sis.
and just to kind of piggyback off Nick, they have the money, but it's scarce, so they're not spending it. Nobody's dropping bags because the way the economy is set up, the money that you do have, you need to hold on to it. So that's the facts. I know that for a fact. Like I said, the man that I used to deal with, he had money. It's tight around here. I don't think it's more so about money. And again, a lot of these men are narcissists, right? So they do a lot of things to feed their ego. They have mother issues, mother wounds. They have a lot of trauma in their life. And I think, Trigger, you said it best. They use women up. They literally suck the soul out of women and take every last thing they can from them and then go on to the next one. So it's not, when my grandma said don't date old men because they got worms, that's what she meant. That's exactly what she meant. So I'm gonna drop off. Thank you for letting me up. And again, for the women that's listening, that's younger, I pray that y'all seek mentorship. A lot of women, we become victims because we live in single parent homes. We don't have fathers around. So if you can't find it in your home, look outside, because you deserve better, for sure.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Mo. Appreciate you so much for sharing and giving your insight, Mo. It was great talking to you today, and I hope I get a chance to talk to you moving forward, Mo. Um,
I followed you as well, so I'll talk to y'all later. My baby in the back laughing, so I got to go. But I love
okay.
y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good.
you too, sis. Bye. I'll drop you down. All right. Let me go up here to I think it's Twitter. Go ahead, Twitter. I'll start your timer for you. You was laughing in the comments, so I know what you was trying to say. You can go ahead, Twitter. Let me send you a request to turn your mic on, just in case you can't. You there, Twitter? Okay. You there, Twitter, or no? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. You there? I'm gonna give you. You said you need to mature. Are you there? You typing in the chat, Twitter? Are you there? Or you need me to drop you? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop Twitter. Okay. Okay. Not only am I going to drop you, I'm gonna block you to Twitter for even wasting my time, Ashy. Okay. So let me keep going. X, you said, what about the women who only date younger? I really wish that y'all would stop asking this question as if this not gonna apply. I feel like this is that if there was a boy that was 18 and he was being pursued by a woman that was 40, a woman that was 35, I would say the same thing. I would say that's gross. She's a sick weirdo. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I guess you thought about like, oh no, she has a vagina. Everything is like, I mean, come on now. What are we talking about? Honestly.
Can I just add a point about that?
Yeah.
The way that they drag Drea, like the way I be seeing men make lies about Drea, or like any of the old women who like go after young basketball players. Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? They do a lot. They do it a lot with Brittany Renner, who was with PJ Washington, and their age gap was only like 6 years. And according to them, 6 year age gap isn't even that big a deal. And they go crazy about that lady. And you're right, they go crazy about Drea too. It's a big deal. But letting a man pop out with a girl and he's 45 and she's 18 is not a big deal though. And I find that a lot though about men, and even more specifically black men, that they have some of the most hugest double standards of all time. It's the same way that they can be super mad at Serena Williams for being with a white man, but then they can run around here everywhere talking about how white women is the best and this, that, and the third. And then soon as they see a black woman do it, now it's the end all be all. Even like, I don't know if y'all remember, it was this black woman that was dating this white NFL player, and he had beat the brakes off of her real bad. So bad that he beat her and then went back to eating his dinner. And then when she woke up off the floor, he told her, oh, I thought I unalived you. I don't know if y'all remember that story. She had all of these pictures of her face all beat up. I saw black men share that everywhere, laughing. That's what she get. That's what she get. Aha, you supposed to leave them white men alone. You supposed to leave your oppressor alone. But then when they be out here messing with these white women and get okey doke, now they want you to feel sorry for them. Now they want to be Shannon Sharp, crying in front of the TV, talking about some, I'm sorry. I disappointed my fans and my family. I'm losing all my money. Please come to my aid, black women, please. Or when they get their top popped off, like, that one dude, what was his name? Telvin Osborne, and the white woman get away with blowing his top off. Now they want you to be somewhere speaking up for him, and then just like Telvin Osborne's goofy,
With the
stupid brother gonna get on Facebook talking about how he hate black women because black women don't want to stand up for his brother who got his top popped by a white woman, when he was on Twitter saying that he would have intercourse with a dog before he had intercourse with a black woman, and the dog would have to be white. Nobody said nothing though. You see what I'm saying? What was you about to say, Kalandra?
Oh my god, I was really finna bring that up when you brought his name up, because I didn't even realize that until I got on Twitter and they were like, oh my god, like look at the tweets. Like when he was like, I'd rather sleep with a dog. I remember that. I think she got away with it too, didn't she?
Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think, I'm not trying to speak ill on nobody that passed. I'm trying not to do that because that's not right. But I would just say, a lot of times the the person that you think is your enemy and the one that you think is the best is always in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Because let me not even go because I've already been getting out of pocket lately, y'all. Let me chill. I don't want to get out of pocket. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that, Jody. I try not to speak ill of the dead. I mean, I feel like, just because you pass doesn't make you a great person, but I try not to do that. Yeah. Okay, you guys. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. I'm already reached an hour and 37 minutes. I may come back a little later today, you guys. Because I gotta go do something. I gotta go somewhere and I gotta go cook. Yeah, I'm about to make me something to eat. Well, me and I'm making a family. I make lasagna, I think, today. So I gotta start getting this stuff prepped. Gotta chop all this stuff. So I appreciate talking to you guys today. I will try to come back and have a live a little later today if I can, but I gotta edit some videos too. So I don't know if I will be able to, but if I can, I will. You know what? Diddy Calandra, I know you did not ask me about Diddy. Girl,
No,
girl,
because
girl.
not asking about him, but have you saw some of the comments
Yes.
that people have been making that girl
Yes.
Cassie did all of this because she was jealous of Carisha?
Girl. You know what? I've seen so many black women Diddy sympathizers. It's been making me so mad. And Miss Chrissy baby talking about that picture. You mean that picture when Diddy hit his knees? Hit them
That
knees and was
was
like,
funny.
ah, ah,
I would have paid for that video.
ah. He was flabbergasted. Okay. He said, oh my goodness. All right, y'all. I gotta stop. I gotta go. My husband looking like me because he was asking me something too. So I gotta go, y'all.
Have a
I'll
good
see
day,
y'all later.
Susan.
All right. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a great Sunday. All right, bye, y'all.